And hello, everybody. It's John Nayler here reporting from Congo, New South Wales. I've got Bridge Muir alongside me, and what we're experimenting with today is a little bit of a thing called the C show. Yeah, that famous C word that we all don't. I'm not even going to say it. Bridge, do you dare say it?
I'm not going to say it.
I think, well, actually, one thing we've done, folks, is actually we've dared ourselves. We're not going to use the C word, but if we do, then I've got the El Hemador. Bridge has got the no. Oh, but you almost got me. You almost got me with that, you cheeky thing. So anyway, look, if we say the C word, we're going to take a drink, and so far so good. Now, as you see behind me, Bridge, today we've got some wonderful weather here on the farm. We've got the high ground here against what's going on in the world, and actually it's really significant. Australia doing really well. How about yourself? You live there at Alexander Headlands. You got a beach report for us?
Yeah, I can give you a bit of a surf report if you like.
Oh, look, that's all right. Look, there's probably people elsewhere in the world going to be a bit jealous. Have you been down the beach? Have you run the gauntlet of the local constabulary at all?
Yeah, of course. I've been doing that most days. It's a little bit quieter than what it normally is. Don't really have to battle so much to catch a wave, which is good. There's certainly a lot more cyclists and runners out than normal. And there's a little bit of aggression directed towards some of the runners as well that I've never sort of really experienced before. People getting too close or people feeling that they're getting a little bit into their area or space.
What? So, really? So what you'd be jugging and someone's like, hey, fuck off, don't run so close to me.
Yeah, right? Pretty much. Yeah, that's
really
quite a common occurrence now. So it's taking the joy out of it, which is a bit sad.
Yeah. Now, how about you've been down the beach today? Were you with someone? I suspect you, like myself, live alone.
Yeah, there's usually a group of people that I see every day that I catch up with, and I've got my little running group, and I've got a running person, and I've also got surfing not group.
We do worry about your Bridge. I mean, it's there's someone you actually do run with. Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking a swipe left or right at this point, but you have got a running partner or such, yeah?
Well, I've got people person. You can't really say people or group these days, can you?
You dare not, yeah?
So yeah, it's a nice sort of, it keeps me sane, keeps me out of trouble, or maybe gets me in trouble. I don't know. Depends.
Now, did you see anything in terms of the police presence down on the beach?
Yeah, they're not so much around Alex. It's generally it's more Mooloolaba where you see the cops, and they're generally sort of where the patrol is. And saw quite a funny incident today. I was heading down there, and there were two middle-aged women who were on towels, obviously sunbaking and having coffee and snacks. And I was sort of observing it from a distance, and I could see the police approaching. And they suddenly saw the police approaching, and they jumped to life and started doing exercises. They were trying to it looked like they were trying to do yoga, and they were doing some terrible looking yoga moves, and obviously had never done yoga before. And the police just cracked up laughing. They thought it was quite amusing and just kept on walking. And then once the police were out of sight, the women resumed back to sunbaking and eating their snacks and drinking their coffee. So it was quite entertaining.
Yeah, okay. So the innovative step for the police there, obviously, is that they should actually be able to fine people for bad yoga, yeah?
Yeah.
That's not the down dog. That's not the way we do it in Queensland. Here you go, you're fine. Now, maybe the thing is that one little segment, I think, is if we choose to make this a bit of regular thing, a bit of positive feedback from the fan base, it'd be nice, Bridge, yeah? But if we do make this a regular thing, I think it'd be good to actually talk about some sort of piece of forgotten news. And I've got something to kick off with. I don't know whether you've got something, but coral bleaching. Coral bleaching's happened on an unprecedented level along the Queensland coast, but it's got no press, Bridge. What do you make of it?
Yeah, there have been scientific reports lately about it, but the media really haven't picked up on it. it's the southern end and the northern end of the Great Barrier Reef that are experiencing quite significant bleaching right now, which is really sad because it was really the last little bits left of some decent coral. I was at Lady Elliot Island actually a couple of years ago, and it was still okay. Like, it wasn't spectacular. I've been quite fortunate, and I'm sure you have as well because you lived up there, but to go out to the Barrier Reef over the last couple decades, and it's sad to see the changes. I've just, even within my lifetime, that's been happening there. And I was very fortunate, very blessed to be able to go out to the Barrier Reef when I was a child, and the memories that I have of it back then, it was just phenomenal. But now you don't see the colours that you used to see. You don't even really see the fish life. The fish are, I think, I don't know whether they're evolving or just simply dying out because they don't have the really beautiful, colourful fish that you used to see. They're not really observed anymore because I guess they're quite easily, they stick out. They don't blend in because everything.
Well, I guess maybe we're all getting our comeuppance on a global level at the moment, but coral bleaching is one of those signature things that the environmentalists and the establishment around that area have actually said has been a warning sign, and in so many different ways. In fact, for the 5 years that I lived on a boat around the Whitsundays, we started to see a decline in the quality of the coral, maybe, but then at the same time, there was good protections put in place by the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority and good discipline from the operators, commercial operators, and everybody up there. But the sad fact is that this looming thing was happening, and it was coming from the south, from the north, where the water was warmer. Bleaching was becoming more prevalent in the northern areas. And we were like, we're okay. But as it's now, we see now in the ABC report I was reading earlier, is that bleaching has now reached down, and we've had serious bleaching down as far as even, I think, as Rockhampton, Yeppoon. So serious, good portion of the actual Great Barrier Reef now being tainted or damaged by this process. But even there's one other thing I'd need a rant about, and then we had it, was it 3 years ago in the Whitsundays, a cyclone that went through, really slow moving cyclone, did a lot of damage around the Airlie Beach precinct as it went right through town, wiped out hostels and took closed hotels and a lot of establishment, a lot of damage done. But the thing was, it was such a slow moving cyclone that as it went through, there was lots of low tides during its transition. And as a result, there was a lot of damage, collateral damage done to all the hard corals, which has then caused a serious failing of the coral. And then the small fish had nowhere to live, and then the larger fish had nothing to eat. So that, we even started to see shark attacks. So I don't know, maybe this is all part of this comeuppance in terms of what we're now seeing on a global scale. Is that coral bleaching has been that flag event, or that warning signal has been shot at us. So a little bit sad that not more isn't being done. But then again, Bridge, isn't it also interesting? We've seen around the world, the clear waters, the canals in Venice and other things such as that. You've seen some of that, surely.
Yeah, and in Indonesia and parts of Thailand, monkeys are kind of taking over villages because they don't have the tourists there to feed them. I saw some footage yesterday of some monkeys. I think it must have been in Bali, and they had taken over this resort because the tourists aren't there anymore, and they were swimming in the swimming pools. They were climbing up onto resort balconies and diving off the balconies into the pool and almost swimming laps of the pool and then climbing back out and then sailing up onto the balcony. Yeah, and it was quite. They were just having an absolute ball because there was no one in the pool, no one to tell them to get out of the pool.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. You're a naughty monkey. Now get out of the pool, unless you're going to do a genuine sort of breaststroke or something like that. Give us something worth watching. Yeah, no. So, well, that's just sort of we've seen that the clear skies of China, the Himalayas being seen from India, as I said, the canals in Venice, and as we've seen the, fuel consumption, fossil fuel consumption has gone down somewhat with this thing. So, one can only hope, I guess, that maybe this is a bit of a cornerstone, and a bit of a signature event for the world for us to have a bit of a wake up. And I don't know, do you have hope for the world, Bridge? I'm a little bit whimsical with this subject.
I think you're asking the wrong. No, I do. Yeah, it's hopeful seeing, and hopefully, with these changes, people sort of seeing the blue skies for the first time, and people actually seeing that, what are you doing? Seeing
Nothing.
that things are changing for the better, really. So
Yeah.
I hopefully, some positives do come out of this, and people are already experiencing those positives, and the planet, in effect, is almost sort of trying to heal itself and bring itself back into balance to a degree.
Yeah.
So I guess time will tell.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm the eternal optimist. Anybody who knows me personally would agree with that wholeheartedly. And so I see it as a bright opportunity, but then you also see a lot of negative press and blaming and that sort of thing. It's whereas, we're getting this wake up call on a global basis, and we've had the flags and the signals for so long now. Please, that's world. Let's please, act a bit smarter. Act a bit smarter about some things, and there's ways to do that. Now, moving on though. Now, what do you want to talk about? Your world? What's going on in your world? Or you want to talk about maybe you've done some binge shopping? Have you done any shopping binging, Bridge?
I've stockpiled a little bit on alcohol.
Oh, did you say alcohol?
Yeah.
Sorry, no one said the word yet, but I just had to take a little taste of the El Jimador here. Yum.
That's kind of normal for me for holidays. Generally when I'm spending a little bit more time at home, it's nice to sort of have a bit of an unwind, and I'll definitely probably need a detox after all of this, but yeah, I haven't gone crazy. I've never sort of really been a big sort of crazy shopper sort of person. I do like shoes, but I don't think people are going out binging or wanting shoes at the moment.
Well, as a personal question, can I make a suggestion? Maybe a tripod and a little thing to hold your phone up. There you go.
Yeah,
We can see this.
Tired. I'm going to get like one really, really big muscular arm happening. Yeah, a tripod maybe.
It's called Zoom arm. You got Zoom arms,
Yeah, I'll get RSI in this arm. Thanks.
Yeah, no, for me, look, let's talk about some binging. What have I bought up? I bought a little computer for my van, my Sprinter van. There's something else. Oh, yeah, new glasses, there's always, and even getting a script filled for a set of glasses is virtually impossible. They said, we can send you the same glasses you got last time with the new script. How does that sound? I go, yeah, do that. And please send them soon, because I'm missing my multifocal for sure. Anyway, enough of that nonsense.
How are they going to send them to you in New South Wales? How's that going to work?
Well, they're made in Victoria, apparently. They're going to arrive by post, and they'll be hermetically sealed, and I'll spray them with alcohol, and it's okay. You don't have to worry, Bridge. I appreciate your concern. Got it covered. Now, how about what's happening in your world? Now, aren't Queensland schools going back, Bridge? Queensland schools are going back, aren't they?
Yeah.
You've got a bit of teaching to do.
Thanks for reminding me. Great. Just what I need. Yeah, so for essential workers, they say, but I think isn't everyone an essential worker at the moment if you've got a job? So it could be interesting.
Yeah. No, don't get me started. I don't know whether that's such a smart move at the moment. I mean, and around the stats, we're not talking about that stuff, are we? No, we're on top of things. So I just don't see any sense in sending children back into schools for them to rub up against each other, as we know they do all the time. Look, don't get me started. I don't even know how you feel. I just imagine how you feel. But look, the other thing
I can't really talk about, unfortunately.
Okay. Oh, your job's safe for a little bit longer then. Anyway, look, we'll wrap up just about on that. I think the shopping binge. No. Did we have anything else we want to talk about? I can't really remember.
Well, some other forgotten news.
Go for it.
Quite quickly forgotten, obviously, the bushfires. That's certainly, there's other bigger fish to fry at the moment than what's happened with the bushfires. But a little endangered mouse. I can't remember the name of it now, but I do remember reading a scientific report about it a couple of days ago. Has become extinct in Australia.
Oh, and, is it a mouse or is it a marsupial?
It's a mouse. It's a type of mouse.
Oh.
And it was endangered, but they've discovered that it's extinct. There's no more left. And it was there was only a small little colony of them left in Victoria, and it's all gone.
No.
So that's sad. But we've got to let's keep this upbeat.
Yeah, I know you've made me all. I was trying to finish on a positive note.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, well, we're still gonna, still gonna happiness and a certain level of sanity. And well, anyway, look, in terms of signing off, one little bit more view of that beach you got going there, Bridge. I think it'd be suitable right now if you want to share it with us. So, Alexander Headlands today, it's looking all pretty good, and yeah, no, fabulous. Look at that. And look, a few cars out there. Hopefully, socially distancing, and I'll give you a little bit of a pan around the farm situation here as we enjoy an amazing. Bit cold, mind you, bit cold, but anyway, we're surviving. But look, anyway,
Cold, like how cold are we talking?
oh, I think we're seeing single digits in the night time, and I'm not a big fan of that. It looks obviously a good deal better to spend time at the beach there at Alexander Headlands. Might come back to Queensland sometime. Might move to the beach. I think you want to actually live there, so they can't stop you from going to the beach and having a surf. Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, as long as they don't close the beaches, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, which is good.
Yeah. Well, we're on top of things, so I think we should be allowed out for good behaviour on a limited basis with face masks on and full body PPE and
the hazmat suit. Yeah.
The hazmat. Well, we still haven't said the word. Look, we've done what this is. So our inaugural episode. Look, I guess that right now our call out is to our friends and people who might care to follow us is how they feel about this little show, whether they found value and a bit of entertainment this afternoon. And the working title, I guess, Bridge, is that C show or that C word.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Look, give us some feedback, folks, and just see whether, because otherwise we're not going to do this again. Steady on. Now, and give some feedback. And, well, if you play your cars right, audience, you might get another show from us. What do you reckon, Bridge? We give it another go some other time?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, cool. I'll press it at the stop record button here. We'll sign off. So Bridge Muir up there at Alexander Headlands, John Nayler here at Congo, New South Wales near Maruya Bateman's Bay if we want to put you on the map at all. But we'll see you next time. Give us a wave, Bridge.
Cheers.